Tonight's big news, President Trump is getting the COVID briefing band back together, and yes, there are hot pseudoscience solos from his dying brain cells, but the highlight was this.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people, and I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
So that's 10 years in prison for tearing down a statue of a human trafficker, and I wish her well for an actual human trafficker. Now, as the coronavirus cases soared this weekend, Senator Lindsey Graham and President Trump went golfing together. This seems tone deaf, but if they found a coronavirus vaccine in one of those sand traps, look, I'll be the first to apologize.
Well, listen, Lindsey is a missing in action, out of touch center, and that's why we are working feverishly here in South Carolina to give him one-way ticket to Mar-a-Lago or somewhere, but he needs to leave D.C. He can't represent South Carolina because he hasn't been representing us for years now.
And I just gotta say, of course Trump plays an elitist sport like golf. If anything, he should try a working class game like bocce ball. Me and my compadres love to get out on the sand with our newsboy caps on, open up our shirts, get our fingies greasy on some focaccia, and aim for the bocino. Jamie, you in?
I'll take a pass this time.
All right.
That's a position that America's gonna like. Now, President Trump's campaign is portraying him as the law and order candidate, releasing this ad attacking Biden's refusal to put shock troops on every doorstep.
Seattle's pledge to defund its police department by 50%, even including a proposal to remove 911 dispatchers from police control.
Joe Biden said he's absolutely on board with defunding the police.
But leave a message, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Oh, no! Now, this must be some sort of alternate universe where the person breaking into your house to murder you unannounced is not a police officer.
Listen, this is typical of all of the Washington political games that are played in D.C., and I can tell you the folks here in South Carolina are just really, they're focused on leaders who are going to have solutions to the problems that they're dealing with.
Yeah, plus the ad is totally unrealistic. I mean, because Trump mishandled the pandemic so bad, living grandmas aren't really a thing anymore. Now, your opponent, Lindsey Graham, he tweeted support for President Trump's decision to use federal law enforcement in dealing with the unrest in our cities. He said, if federal law enforcement officials are necessary to do the job and President Trump chooses to go down this path, I completely support him. To Trump's credit, he is showing he cares about our veterans so much that he's ready to create millions of them by escalating wars right here at home.
Historically speaking, all great works of cinema have emerged from wars. So now that troops are getting deployed to Chicago, maybe we'll get an Apocalypse Now, where everyone's eating deep dish pizza.
It is true. We could have a resurgence of pizza-based war movies. I'd love to see 1917 pizzas.
Maybe pizza on the 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, Tinker Tailor Pizza Pie could be really fun to watch. Now, Jamie, you do have an uphill battle against Lindsey Graham, considering how many friends he has around the world. Here he is shaking hands with Muammar Gaddafi. He's a cool guy. Here he is with Turkish dictator Erdogan, another awesome dude. I got about, say, 50-plus Polaroids of him yucking it up with people who'd eventually shoot rockets at Americans. Now, what bloodthirsty dictators have you been photographed with looking like you were meeting Tom Cruise?
Listen, the only dictators lately have been my 5-year-old and my 1-year-old as we build and destroy Legos.
Gaddafi got started with Legos, too, so you might want to keep an eye on those kids.